While the world is speeding headfirst into an electric future, one voice just slammed the brakes, and it's not some random YouTube mechanic, it's the CEO of Honda. In a quiet but seismic revelation, Honda's top executive just dropped a bombshell that could flip the entire EV industry on its head. Because what we're talking about here isn't another flashy concept car or overhyped prototype, it's a brand new engine, one that promises clean performance, real-world convenience, and affordability that could leave Tesla and every EV giant sweating. If what's been leaked is even half true, this might be the biggest shakeup the auto world has seen in decades. So, what exactly is this engine? And why is it so dangerous to the EV boom? Here's the thing. When most people hear hybrid engine, they instantly picture the old-school Prius, quiet, efficient, and boring. But what Honda CEO just revealed isn't that. Far from it. This isn't your neighbor's mild-mannered hybrid. This is something entirely new, a bold counterstrike that could redefine the balance between electric and combustion power. What we're looking at might just be the most ambitious challenge to the EV industry in 20 years. So, what makes this engine so special? Why are some insiders already calling it an EV killer? Because under the hood, this story isn't just about fuel, it's about freedom. Honda's next-generation hybrid tech doesn't rely on the same heavy, expensive battery banks that drive up EV prices and stretch out charging times. Instead, they've doubled down on an ultra-efficient turbocharged internal combustion engine, meticulously refined and paired it with a next-generation electric motor system that works with it, not against it. This isn't some awkward halfway point between gas and electric. It's the best of both worlds without the compromises. And here's where it gets really interesting. Honda isn't chasing headlines or luxury gimmicks, they're going after the real world, the millions of drivers in fast-growing regions where electricity isn't reliable and charging stations barely exist. Think Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America, places where a fully electric car isn't just inconvenient, it's impossible. And that's exactly why this new engine could be the most disruptive automotive development of the decade, because it doesn't just compete with EVs. It challenges the entire idea of what clean mobility is supposed to look like. In those regions, a fully electric car isn't just impractical, it's often impossible. But a vehicle powered by this engine, that's a game changer, because it doesn't depend on charging stations or rare earth minerals. And it's built to run clean, smooth, and efficiently in places where tough conditions are the norm. Let's talk numbers for a second. This new hybrid setup delivers a fuel economy that rivals full EVs without any of the range anxiety. Some of the early estimates suggest over 50 miles per gallon under real-world driving conditions. At the same time, emissions are being slashed to levels nearly on par with fully electric cars. Thanks to Honda's low-temperature combustion and electric motor assist during urban driving, the gasoline engine only kicks in when it's actually needed. And when it does, it's powerful. And don't mistake this for some underpowered commuter car. Honda's engineers have been obsessing over balance, torque, acceleration, and even the driving feel. The result is a powertrain that's sporty when you want it to be and calm when you need it. A lot of this is thanks to how the engine and motor communicate in real time, distributing power with precision instead of relying on a fixed pattern. But that's just the performance side. What's really shocking and what has EV manufacturers concerned is the cost. Because Honda has spent decades refining internal combustion technology, it's already built the factories, trained the workers, and sourced the materials. Scaling this hybrid system globally doesn't require rare metals from fragile supply chains or entirely new infrastructure. It can be rolled out now at prices far below even the cheapest EVs. So, if you're someone in your 20s or 30s working hard, maybe saving for your first car, and you're stuck between overpriced EVs and outdated gas guzzlers, this engine changes everything. Suddenly, eco-friendly and affordable don't have to live in different worlds. And you don't need to worry if your local grid goes down, or if the fast charger at the corner station is offline again. But Honda, they're playing a very different game. Let's go back to the company's official press event in May 2025. At the heart of this shift is Honda's new generation hybrid powertrain, which CEO Toshihiro Mibe quietly confirmed during a May 2025 global announcement. This isn't some throwback tech. It's a next-generation series parallel hybrid system designed to deliver ultra-low emissions, longer engine lifespans, and better mileage than most current EVs when measured over their entire life cycle, including mining, manufacturing, and disposal. That's the part most people don't talk about because while everyone's obsessed with electric this and battery that, what's getting lost is what most of the world actually needs. Reliable, efficient, affordable transport. Not everyone lives in a city with superchargers on every corner. Millions still live in regions where the grid can barely support household power, let alone charge a car. Honda's hybrid changes that. It doesn't demand new infrastructure, it meets people where they are. This isn't just speculation. Honda's own numbers show that their new hybrid models will deliver better carbon performance in markets where coal-heavy grids make EVs less clean than they seem. And by using lighter materials and more localized production, they're cutting manufacturing emissions too. In short, this isn't a step backward from EVs, it's a smarter path forward for those left behind by the electric dream. Now, picture a family in Southeast Asia or rural Africa. They're climbing into a clean, fuel-efficient Honda that costs a fraction of a new EV, needs no charger, and still protects their future. That's the kind of quiet revolution that doesn't make headlines, but changes everything. And that's why this engine leak matters, because it tells a story no EV commercial ever will. A story where clean driving isn't reserved for tech enthusiasts in California, or influencers showing off glossy dashboards. It's for everyday people everywhere. A multi-pathway revolution that doesn't just work on paper, it works on dirt roads, long highways, and neighborhoods where the transition to electric might take decades, not years. So, while the EV industry keeps racing toward luxury, Honda is planting something deeper, a seed for global equity and mobility, something quiet, steady, and unstoppable. The question now isn't whether Honda can compete with Tesla. Can Tesla compete with a clean engine built for the rest of the world? The appeal of Honda's strategy lies in its profound pragmatism. It acknowledges a critical, often overlooked truth. The global transition to sustainable transportation cannot follow a single, rigid path. A one-size-fits-all electric solution, while ideal for some markets, creates insurmountable barriers for others. The immense upfront cost of EVs, the strain on developing power grids, and the geopolitical complexities of battery mineral sourcing are not minor hurdles. They are fundamental roadblocks for a significant portion of the world's population. Honda's new hybrid engine, therefore, is more than just a product, it's a philosophy. It represents a bridge technology that is both accessible and effective today, while infrastructure for a full electric future is being built, a process that will take decades. This hybrid solution delivers immediate and substantial reductions in emissions and fuel consumption without demanding a complete overhaul of the user's lifestyle or the region's infrastructure. It offers a practical and powerful step down the path of sustainability, rather than insisting on an immediate, and for many, impossible leap. Furthermore, this approach democratizes clean mobility. It makes the benefits of advanced, eco-conscious technology available to a customer for whom a Tesla or a Lucid is a fantasy. This is not about rejecting progress, but about redefining it. Progress is not merely about achieving a theoretical zero-emission ideal, it is about making tangible, positive impacts on a global scale. For a family in Jakarta, Manila, or Nairobi, the most meaningful form of progress is a reliable, affordable car that gets them to work and school without guzzling expensive fuel or breaking down. Honda's engine delivers precisely that, while simultaneously lowering their carbon footprint. But the road ahead isn't all smooth. Honda's walking a tightrope between legacy systems, hybrid innovation, and the growing pressure to go fully electric. Yet, what makes this moment different is that Honda isn't selling a dream. They're responding to real gaps in EV infrastructure, charging time, anxiety, and the overlooked cost burdens that come with all-electric living. What this engine represents isn't just cleaner tech, it's a direct challenge to the EV narrative. A reminder that innovation isn't always loud and shiny. Sometimes it shows up in quiet breakthroughs that actually work. So, here's the real question. Are you still rooting for an all-electric future? Or does Honda's hybrid revolution actually sound smarter, cheaper, and more realistic for where the world is right now?